Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Live from Studio A, inside the world-famous Sugar Shack in Texas, USA.
All right.
It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Well, we were going to try to zap the power of Buzz Smith with 100-degree heat and EVs. And we're going to still try to get him on, but Mars has had all sorts of issues over there, along with the other issues that Mars normally has in his life. We'll also have the upcoming events calendar. Mars reviews the new Kia Seltos for 2024,
yes.
Not 23, as he wrote down here.
Yep.
Plus, you'll hear the stories making automotive news headlines. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong. We need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us on this day. On this Saturday, it is the 4th of July weekend in Houston, Texas, and we are so glad that you could join us, and thank you very much for doing that. It's not the 4th of July
yet
around the world as we know it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. It's the 4th of July everywhere. Who cares whether or not they celebrate it with us, because they all want to come here anyhow, because we're the greatest country in the world.
You know, I hear just a little bit of bitterness in that.
And Mary Barra's still making $27 million.
29.
Whatever.
It's the American way.
It is. So we were going to have Buzz Smith on, talk about electric cars, and I love razzing Buzz, and if he can hear us, you know, it's done kind of cheeky.
Well, he's a font of information.
He is a font of information, and I do respect his knowledge, and you know, he's a big flag waver of all things electric, especially automobiles. So with that in mind,
he's an early adopter.
He is.
So if you want to adopt Buzz, send us an email at info
the
at
other thing about Buzz is that I didn't realize this. He was a car salesman many years ago. Then he sold gasoline engines.
At I think it was the classic Chevrolet and Grapevine, which is kind of the mothership to the classic Chevrolets throughout Houston.
So he would be trans automotive.
Yeah.
Or binary.
I'm not going to go there.
It wouldn't be Mr. Buzz Smith. It would just be Buzz.
And Sewell up in the Dallas area is the mothership of all the
Sewells. Yeah. All right. Volkswagen is in talks now with Tesla to adopt its North American Charging Standard, or NACS, technology, while the German automaker's charging network unit, Electrify America, has already agreed to use the system. So I did not realize that Volkswagen is behind Electrify America, which is charging places. Did you know that?
No, I didn't realize that they were behind it. I'm not surprised that they're a part of it, though.
The announcement comes as a slew of automakers and charging equipment makers choose Tesla's charging design on concerns of losing out on customers if they offer only the combined charging system, or CCS design, which is backed by automakers like Volkswagen and Hyundai. Electrify America, Volkswagen's EV charging network unit, has more than 850 charging stations with about 4,000 chargers in the U.S. and Canada. During the NACS transition, Electrify America will continue to offer the widely used CCS connector. So what they're going to do is have two there for you eventually.
Well, and that's why they all want to jump on Tesla, because Elon is spending money on the infrastructure building Tesla charging stations. You know, like I said,
let him spend his money, and we'll just kind of
well, I mean, but they're going to pay to get on his thing. It's like I said, out in Beaumont, out there near Papados, Elon put in 12 charging stations. So, you know, it's in a little shopping center. You know, you can go eat dinner at Papados, get your car charged. You know,
Papados actually would probably be the ones that paid for that.
Right.
Well, it's not actually on Papados property, but yeah, Papados benefits from it because it's just a short walk to go
So
have
that's
dinner.
a new business opportunity then. Conrad DeLong wants to put in charging stations, so you contact Tesla, you own the property, you buy that equipment from Tesla, and you put in your own charging station.
Well, yeah, and I know I've told this story before. There's a Home Depot in Fresno, Texas that has 10 or 12 Tesla charging stations are real easy to see. They have these white and with red banding.
And they say Tesla.
And they say Tesla on them, that, you know, that's where you go pull up. Well, the funny thing is, behind all of these is a little cement brick building, and inside that cement brick building is a diesel generator that creates the energy, the electricity.
Oh, so it's not hooked up to the grid.
No.
It's not hooked up to the grid. Now, the one in Beaumont's hooked up to the grid. The other one up by me, up by the Vintage, that's hooked up to the grid as well. So they just built 12 more ports up there by the Vintage.
Wow.
So Tesla is expanding its footprint of charging stations everywhere, and that's why everybody wants to jump on it. You know, they don't want to spend the money themselves to build it, but they're more than happy to.
Well, the technology, the engineering, all the R&D.
Yeah, they're happy to ride that pony.
From the wiring to the sheet metal to the software, automakers that plan to adopt Tesla's plug for their own EVs have bigger design and engineering challenges than just changing the receptacle in the charge port.
Speaking of receptacles, you have one right there on your
you
table,
go.
Don.
I do. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So far, General Motors, Ford, Rivian, Volvo, and others have committed to adopting Tesla's North American charging standard plugs. Stellantis and Hyundai have said they are considering making the same move. The NACS plug receptacles are scheduled to start appearing on non-Tesla EVs in 2025. While Tesla's smaller NACS receptacle easily fits behind the charge port doors on other brands' vehicles, engineers have some work to do, and onboard software enabling non-Tesla vehicles to communicate with Tesla chargers has to be created, tested, validated, and integrated. So it's not
and paid for.
and paid for. Yeah.
Because Elon's not going to do any of that for them for free.
No, he developed it. He spent his coin developing the whole thing. It's so funny the similarities between VHS and Betamax. And I know that we're all old enough to remember this. We probably have some viewers, listeners on our show that aren't. But back in the day when VHS became a thing and everybody had to have a VHS or Betamax.
And Betamax, my opinion, was better.
It was. The technology was better, except VHS was cheaper, and everybody went with VHS. Betamax is still around, well, for technical purposes, I guess it is, because who uses tape anymore? Now it's all computer chip
Digital
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. But I thought the
I
similar.
wonder if there's any Blockbusters still open.
There is one.
There is, yeah. Yeah. Was it in Seattle or something?
I think it's in Seattle. Yeah, one Blockbuster.
Yep.
That was the thing.
I wonder
man.
if they still have my account open for one I didn't return. I probably owe them
But there was a competitor
$1,000.
back in the heyday of it. What was the name of the competitor to Blockbuster?
Yeah, well, it was next door to Los Tios. Remember that?
Yes.
That was a video store there.
Yes, it was. And they had a porn section that had the swinging. If you wanted to go back there, you had to go through the swinging doors, and there were the porn tapes.
See,
Not that I ever did that. Because
but you know, he realizes it was swinging doors, and it gives the direction of the swing. Yeah.
Well, it said adults only. You open the door, and
Sure,
there's nothing but
Don.
tapes all over the wall.
And where was it? The
Right
swing indoor.
and right next to Los Tios too.
Yep.
How handy.
And then that closed,
How
and they took the
handy.
wall down, expanded the restaurant. Oh yeah,
That's right.
Those were the
So
days.
I would imagine there's a certain table inside the restaurant now that you could sit in.
in the porn
It was
section.
in the porn section of the video store.
You go. All right. Well, you're walking back to the restaurant. They got the separate room. That's not it.
That's not it.
The furthest corner where we
Yes.
sat before, and the furthest. That's where it's.
We
at.
rarely sit back there, actually.
They don't allow us back there.
No, they
Isn't that
don't.
where you met Leslie?
No.
No, it's
In Los Tios.
yes, it is. Los Tios. Not met her. No, I
Well,
saw
were
her.
you reconnected?
Reconnected, yeah.
Reconnected.
Are you with us? Wait a minute. It's a rare.
Dun, dun, dun.
Here's
Oh,
Mr.
look
Mars.
at Buzz.
Well, I know.
Doesn't he look sharp?
But he's not up
He's
there.
not on there.
I know. That's my next question. Can you talk to Buzz? Buzz can hear us.
Buzz, are you there?
Look at you. And
Yes,
you're,
I'm here.
Oh, my
wow.
God, he's
Well, we
there.
can talk.
We're halfway there.
all
We
right.
don't have video, but we've got audio, Buzz. So
okay.
He's
we
looking
speculated earlier before the show what you were going to be wearing since it's 4th of July weekend. We've all said that it's got to be the red sequin jacket, and I said you at least have to have a stovepipe hat or some top hat that's sequined as well.
No,
Is that what you're wearing?
No, actually, I've got a Hawaiian shirt on. The background is the beach scene, and I've got a straw hat on. This is about heat and how it affects EVs, right? So I thought I'd dress the part.
We're all doing heat episodes
Well, we
today.
sure appreciate you being with it. The funny thing about it is we can see you on Mars computer, but for whatever reason, we can't get it on the air. So just know that we really appreciate your appearance and the Hawaiian background, the hat, the whole 9 yards. I'm wearing my Dumb and Dumber shirt, which is fitting, I think.
Audio just locked up, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Mars is moving a wire.
Mars is moving wires.
When everything works, let's move something.
Yeah, exactly. Can you hear us now?
Absolutely.
All right, don't touch
I
anything.
ain't touching nothing else till we go to a commercial break, then I'll do it.
Talk to us about how does heat affect EVs?
It doesn't.
Well, thank you so much
Thanks
for
for playing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's
that
the end
worked.
of that
Okay, all right,
segment.
moving
Let's
on.
move on now.
All right, we're gonna do
sure
the
we've
Kia
got a car
Seltos,
review or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
No, actually, I've got a lot of good data for your listeners on EVs and heat today. So let's jump right into it.
Please go right ahead.
Okay, so hot temperatures are hard on electric vehicles, which can shorten their driving range permanently. EVs have systems to prevent this, however, and you can help your EV as well. Some of these systems are the same as they are on traditional internal combustion engine or ICE vehicles like water pumps, radiators, and fans. It's surprising for most new EV drivers to hear their vehicle make sounds even when it's turned off. That's because the EV is protecting its battery pack. It monitors the battery and ambient temperature 24 hours a day, whether the car is turned on or off. If it gets too hot, it may turn on fans and or a water pump to cool the battery. If it gets too cold, it may warm the battery using an electric heater. Now, unlike a traditional ICE or internal combustion engine vehicle, the engine or motor does not need to be running to run the water pump, fan, or heater because they're not mechanically attached to a crankshaft because they're electric and EVs don't have crankshafts.
Do those systems work? Do those systems work off of a 12-volt battery, or do they work off the battery of the EV, the big battery?
It's probably the big battery pack. In fact, I'm 99% sure that in most EVs it's the battery pack, but I can't say that's true on every EV out there.
Yep.
Now, you have the ability to plug your EV in at home, or if you have that ability, plug it in anytime it's parked. Electric fans and water pumps use electricity. Duh. The EV uses the electricity to move down the road. So if your EV isn't plugged in, where's it going to get that electricity? Well, it'll be from the battery pack. In other words, you will lose a little driving range, and if that's needed to keep the battery within its recommended temperature range. Now, it's not much. Mine uses about a half a kilowatt to a kilowatt to run the AC to keep me cool. Now, in a modern EV with a 60 kilowatt battery pack, that would keep the AC running for over 100 hours and still leave at least 40 miles of range to get to work. So plugging in your EV does not necessarily mean charging. Many EVs and many EV home chargers have the ability to delay the start of charging. And there are several ways that helps. One, charge when it's cooler. Now, that doesn't mean wait until autumn. It means cool down at night. The heat experienced by the battery is a combination of heat charging from and the temperature around the EV. Set your charging session to start around midnight or a little later. If your EV charger has a delay function, you don't have to do anything but set it and forget it. Many EVs and chargers have Wi-Fi capabilities and apps for your smartphone to set this up as well. An added benefit is that although EV charging increases grid electricity demand, again, we can help our electric grid by not charging at the same time our home AC units are running full blast. And if you have free nights and weekends from your electric company, the electricity used to charge your EV is free.
Until everybody turns their charger on at midnight, and then everybody browns out because 5,000 people on your section of the grid.
Much. We got to have a poo-poo here.
The interesting thing is I've attended a bunch of electric utility meetings, and they tell me at night they have got huge surpluses of wind energy that they can't sell. They're letting it go to ground. Basically, they're turning the fans neutral so they won't spin because they got nobody to sell the electricity to. EVs, this is why they're not really going to impact the grid like everybody's afraid of, is we're going to use electricity in the off hours when there's plenty available. Now, one other thing, if you have an e-bike or a scooter one of those skateboards or you have battery powered lawn care equipment, take those batteries inside your home to recharge in the air conditioning. They don't have fans or coolants. Also, don't leave them unattended while charging. Number 2, charge at a slower rate. Charging the battery heats it up. The faster you charge, the hotter it gets. If you can charge at home, you won't be using DC fast charging, which is very fast. In fact, DC fast charging is great for long distance trips or once a week fill-ups, but it's better for your EV if you don't use it all the time. DC fast chargers also have different charge speeds. So unless you're in dire need of speed, like on a cross-country trip, use a 50 kilowatt DC fast charger instead of a 350 kilowatt charger to reduce battery stress. There are charging apps for your smartphone that will help you locate chargers, and it'll tell you what rate they charge the car at. 3, because the miles gained per hour of charging is significantly lower with level 2 240 volt charging, and it is much less stressful, and there are lots of level 2 public chargers, many of them free. Level 1 110 volt is even more gentle on your battery. Now, if your daily commute is less than 40 miles, try using the level 1 charger that came with your EV, just plugged into a 110 outlet when it's really hot. Who cares how long it takes if you're asleep while it charges? 4, this sounds obvious, but part of being cooler is being in the shade. If you charge under a carport, in a garage, or under a shade tree, you've reduced the temperature around your car, and it helps. Number 5, just like an ICE vehicle, check your coolant reservoirs regularly. Most EVs, one notable exception being the Nissan Leaf, have radiators. If a radiator runs out of water in an ICE vehicle, you can burn up the engine, requiring an expensive replacement. In an EV, to protect its battery, it will just turn off if it gets too hot, but it will warn you in advance. 6.
And if I can interrupt for a moment,
Yes.
It's not just go to AutoZone and buy antifreeze that fits anything. You have to use a very specific antifreeze in an EV system that's non-conductive, because there's all these free electrons floating around, and you don't want that to transfer someplace you don't want it to in an EV. So I know that that's one of the components of EV, is it takes a very specific coolant.
Yeah, and actually this next point addresses that. So 6, change the battery coolant per the maintenance schedule for your EV. Now, General Motors EVs recommend coolant changes every 150,000 miles. Let the dealer do this for you. If you get air bubbles in the coolant, the reservoir could look full, but as you're driving, those bubbles will burst, reducing the coolant level, and that could result in the shutdown that I mentioned just a second ago.
Tiny bubbles.
Yeah, exactly. So let them do it. It's not expensive. It's an easy way to go. Number 7, and this is huge, precondition the battery before you drive. Now, many of us got used to remotely starting our regular cars in very hot or very cold weather to make the cabin comfy for us. This capability exists for EVs as well, but if you precondition the cabin, it also preconditions the battery pack, warming it or cooling it to get the very best mileage per kilowatt hour. Now, it only takes 10 minutes to do this, and many EVs have a button on the key fob or a smartphone app that makes it super easy. Some, like mine, also have a key fob button to roll down all the windows simultaneously. When I precondition during the summer in Texas, I know it's still maybe warmer in that cabin than I'd like, even after preconditioning. So before I get in the car, I'll press that button, lower all the windows, vent any hot air that's remaining in the cabin. Finally, one tip that is both for EV and ICE drivers. Temperatures inside vehicle cabins quickly get to life-threatening levels in Texas heat. In response to this, many vehicles today have a backseat passenger warning system. My Volt has this. When enabled, if a back door of the car is open within a few minutes before starting the car, it thinks a child or a pet is in the back seat. When the car is turned off, a chime sounds and the warning "check back seat" appears on the dash. Please check your owner's manual for this feature and turn it on. We can all make a mistake with horrific consequences. We're only human. Once, while driving to work, my infant daughter suddenly spoke up from the back seat, and it surprised the heck out of me. Although I was taking her to daycare as well, I had forgotten she was back there. It could happen to anyone, so please do everything you can to prevent that. Well, that's what I got for you today, guys.
Well,
Good information.
Great information. Truly loved it. By the way, can you see us?
Yes.
You can see us. So I am driving a Kia EV6 that I just got on Thursday.
Oh
okay?
my God.
Are you jealous?
That's a sweet, sweet car.
Yeah, I know. I knew that you would be all over that. Well, there's no power cord, but what there is this thing. Okay, there's the plug that goes in the car, right?
Oh, that's a V2L, vehicle to load connector.
Yeah. Well,
So you've got a 110 outlet on one end, right?
Well, yeah, except it's got a male plug connector inside of it. Oh, I don't have a male to male to fit into the house. All I've got is male female extension cords. So I have no cord.
But what is cool about that, and this is supported by the EV6, they probably just forgot to give you the charger. I haven't really seen what a normal charger for them looks like. But the V2L, or vehicle to load connector, allows you to plug this thing into the J1772 port, and it feeds AC electricity through the 110 outlet on the back side to, say, a freezer.
So that's for outbound power, Don.
Yeah, so
that's
this
not
is
for inbound power.
So this is for outbound power.
Correct.
Well, not being able to see it up close, I'm not sure. But
Yeah,
my God.
that was my thought when he showed it to me, is that it was designed for, once the car's charged, for outbound power.
yeah,
Well-
that's the that plugs into the car that you just opened.
Well,
the
then
cap.
that makes tons of sense. Now I know why there's a male connector inside this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the
Yeah.
female, is that just a 110 outlet connector or a
Yes.
240?
yeah, no, it's a
110.
110.
Okay, yeah, that's the vehicle. I've never seen one in person. That's really cool.
Well, there you go. Now you have. Yeah, it is actually. If that's what it's for. I thought, well, how the hell am I supposed to charge it with two males on it? But whatever. Anyway, so that's good to know. Thank you very much. You've helped us out already on that deal.
I think the Supreme Court actually allows you to have two male connectors charging.
Not in the state of Texas. You got to go to California.
No,
for
not
that.
in the state of Texas.
Oh my God. I knew we were going to go off the rails at some point, and there it is. Buzz, it's great to talk to you, my friend. And we're sorry. We apologize for the problems that we've got with our video stuff this morning, but Mars has been plowing through it for the past hour and a half.
But we could tell everybody you look real spiffy in your
Well,
Hawaiian
don't just
shirt
tell
in the
them.
background.
Don't just tell them there's visual aids. Have Mike take a screenshot of me right now and put that on your video.
Or how about
no, let's not get him to do anything, because everything will crash when he does.
how about your Facebook page?
You got it.
Okay.
It is
Yeah.
Buzz Smith, the evangelist on Facebook.
Very good. Buzz, great to talk to you, my friend. Thanks so much for
Thank
all
you
that
very,
great
very much.
information. We appreciate it.
You bet. Have a good one,
You
guys.
too. All right. Mr. Mars, I know that you haven't been doing anything over there, so it's time for you to actually do something. Well, apparently it's not going to happen
One more
now.
thing to
Plug
connect.
something
There
else
you
in.
go.
Conrad,
See
in the
if that
meantime, why
works.
don't you do the events calendar? How's that? You do that?
Sure. Well, big event tomorrow is Coffee and Chrome out at the Avalon Diner, basically at Highway 90 and 5969 or Southwest Freeway.
And let me interrupt
or whatever they want to
And
call
let me interrupt
it today.
that. So my plan is to take Leslie's brand new Archer Volkswagen Tiguan.
Hallelujah, she got rid of the Jag. Oh my gosh. That's the smartest thing
Dun,
she could have
dun,
done, is get rid of that Jag before it cost her even more money. What a POS.
You have no
absolute
idea what a
POS.
relief it is to have that out of my life.
Yep.
And I know hers too.
That
And she's
Jaguar
thrilled.
was worse than a boat about pouring money into a
Oh my
hole.
God, you have no clue. You have absolutely no clue. And I guess that the real tip-off came when I bought the in-cabin air filter.
And I was ready to help you this weekend.
Yeah, and guess what? You have to take out half the dash to change the in-cabin air
There's two
filter.
filters, aren't there?
It takes two of y'all to change the air filter.
In-cabin air
One
filter.
to hold the filter and the other to spin the ladder.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead with the events calendar, please.
So, and then tonight is Brookshire Brothers Cruising in Montgomery, Texas. Starts at 5 p.m. At the Brookshire Brothers in Montgomery. The Wharton Cruise Night is tonight. Starts at 6 p.m. at Domino's Pizza off of Bowling Highway. In
Boiling
Wharton.
Highway.
Yeah,
That's good.
Boling.
Yeah, it's hot.
Bowling Highway. Also, the cruise-in East Montgomery, it's an open cruise-in event at 943 Eva Street. So lots of stuff going on in Montgomery. Saturday at the ranch at the Harley-Davidson in College Station starts at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. today.
At the Harley-Davidson.
At the Harley-Davidson place. It's a open cruise-in for free.
Okay.
And then tomorrow is the Woodlands Coffee and Cars for a Cause at Six Pines Drive, one of Randy Weldon's events that he supports a lot. And all the money raised is given to local Montgomery County charities. Coffee and tuners at Tom and Tom's Coffee Gallery.
Coffee and tuners.
Tuners.
Tuners, not tunas.
That go well together. Coffee and tuna.
Oh, boy.
A nice little tuna sandwich. I could go for that.
Coffee and tuna.
It's fish with a buzz. Anyhow, that's at 5353 West Alabama. Coffee and Cars and Coffee and Aggieland Outfitters, East University Drive and College Station. And then Coffee and Cars at Nose Cafe.
Are you not can you not read that well?
I can read it.
There's a lot of stumbling going
really
on
tiny
there.
print.
Is that what it is? Is it
so.
tiny print?
Back to you, Don.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I mean,
All
I'm
else
not
fails,
trying
throw
to.
it back
Yeah,
to you.
I just want to know. I didn't know.
Yeah, I need to increase my font size because my glasses are as
It
strong
helps
as I
me.
can get.
It helps me when you do that.
So anyway,
Makes you sound smarter.
a shout out to the general manager and the staff at Archer Volkswagen on the Southwest Freeway. Thank you very much for a wonderful experience down there with Leslie's brand new Tiguan.
Thank you for taking our money.
Thank you for taking her Jaguar.
Yeah.
Thank you, and thank God. That's all I can say.
What a relief.
What a relief it is.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully you sell a contract on it when you sell it to whoever you sell it to because they're going to need it.
They're going to sell it, not
Yeah,
me.
no, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where if they're going to sell it off their used car lot,
There goes
they
all
need to
those
sell a
accolades we
contract
just
on
gave
it.
them.
Not. It has nothing to do with the dealership. It has everything to do with the Jaguar,
the car.
the F-Pace. Don't buy one today.
Yeah, or tomorrow.
Or tomorrow. There's that. All right. Want to remind you that the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. 30-minute podcast at your fingertips on over a dozen of the most popular podcast outlets out there. Hey, the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. Everyone at the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, thank you for participating in the best cruise in around and look forward to seeing you again. You'll hear about the next cruise in date right here on In Wheel Time. Next time you're in the West Houston Energy Corridor area, be sure and stop in at the original Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex at I-10 and Highway 6 or the Katy location on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard. When passing through Beaumont or College Station, stop in and have Lupi's award-winning beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. There's always a celebration at Lupi Tortilla. Lupi Tortilla founder Stan Holt and his wife Sheila are winning racers on the NHRA drag racing circuit and have a collection of hot rods and classics that everyone appreciates. Look for them at the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In. The date will be announced soon and will once again be held at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex on 99 and Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. We'll give you all the details right here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show and online. Donations benefit God's Garage. We'll see you then. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available on the most popular podcast channels out there in 30-minute episodes. We realize our 3-hour live show can be difficult to catch in its entirety, so now you can listen every day to a convenient, fresh 30-minute episode. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Audible, along with a dozen more. In Wheel Time has the most informative automotive guest interviews and new car reviews, along with popular features including Conrad's Car Clinic and This Week in Auto History, along with automotive news headlines. Our live broadcast airs every Saturday, 8 to 11 Central on InWheelTime.com, the iHeart app, and on YouTube. Be sure to say hello when we're broadcasting from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise In, Autorama, and the Houston Auto Show, among others. Now, it's easier than ever to hear about all things automotive all week long. You're invited to join fellow car enthusiasts in becoming part of the ever-growing In Wheel Time Car Talk family. Don't forget those 30-minute podcast episodes on your favorite podcast channel. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.